Have you ever looked up at a swirling galaxy and then maybe later you're looking at a seashell, the spiral, and you get this weird jolt, like they're speaking the same secret language?
Hmm.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into exactly that kind of idea. It's inspired by Reuben Juma Onunga's book, The Code of Creation. Really thought-provoking
It
stuff.
really is.
And this deep dive, it's basically our shortcut to getting clued in on these universal patterns, the ones that connect, well, everything. The cosmos, your own body, even the tech we build.
Yeah.
So our mission today, let's try and uncover this language of patterns and figure out what it means for you, for understanding the world, maybe even shaping the future.
It's a really powerful idea. And Onunga, he comes from this interesting place, engineering precision meets philosophical thinking.
Right, that mix.
And he argues pretty strongly that patterns aren't just pretty repetitions or, lucky accidents. He calls them languages, codes, signatures, things that show the underlying order of, well, everything.
Languages, codes.
Wow. He even goes so far as to call them fingerprints of purpose left behind by a grand designer.
Fingerprints of purpose. That really makes you stop and think. Okay, so this idea of patterns as a language, what exactly is he getting at there? I remember the intro of the book saying something like, if you strip away the complexity.
Yeah, exactly. If you get down to the basics, everything is built on patterns.
Okay.
So the language idea means they're not just like visual echoes. They're more like the grammar, the vocabulary, the rules the universe uses to build things and make them work.
The operating system.
Kind of. And humans, we've always been trying to figure this out, haven't we? Whether it's ancient astronomers tracking stars or, modern data scientists finding trends, we look for the pattern.
Makes sense.
Think about the golden ratio, that number, about 1.618. It pops up in galaxies, pine cones, pyramids, even the proportions of like a human face. It's uncanny.
Yeah, you see diagrams of that everywhere.
Or rivers branching out looks incredibly similar with blood vessels, right? Or lightning strikes. Those patterns look a lot like neural networks in our brains. So the point is, these aren't just nice coincidences. He sees them as revelations. They reveal something deeper.
Revelations. Okay, that reframes it completely. So if patterns are this universal language, it sort of implies we can read the world, predict things.
Well, that's where it gets really interesting, because Onunga puts forward this pretty bold idea. If you want to understand the future, you have to get good at reading the patterns of the past and the present.
Right. So how does that connect to, us, to learning?
He suggests that getting good at seeing and understanding these patterns, it unlocks a different kind of knowing, an integrative, creative, and intuitive understanding.
Okay, integrative.
Yeah, it's more than just facts. It's about grasping the how behind things fundamentally, like finding the master key almost. It lets you anticipate, maybe innovate, instead of just reacting.
Finding the master key. I like that. Okay, so if we're talking universal patterns, let's start big. The cosmos. How is the universe itself a kind of blueprint?
Well, it might look chaotic, right? All that space, all those stars, but the book presents it as a highly ordered system.
Ordered, really?
Yeah, governed by these really consistent laws. Gravity, motion, thermodynamics, electromagnetism. And these laws aren't just physics, he says. They're expressions of a deeper intelligence. You see order in the symmetry, right? Galaxies spiral. Planets orbit in ellipses. Kepler figured that out. Newton explained the gravity behind it. It's a pattern dance.
A celestial dance.
Exactly. The book even mentions these surprising mathematical regularities and how far planets are from each other. Almost too neat to be random chance. And then you've got the cycles. Day and night, seasons, tides, stars being born and dying. It's like the universe has this rhythm, this memory.
A cosmic heartbeat.
You could say that. And mathematically, that golden ratio again, 1.618. It shows up in galactic spirals, maybe planetary distances, even the geometry of how the universe is expanding.
So the question is why?
Right. Why would that specific ratio keep appearing across scales like that? Unless there's some unifying principle behind it all.
It's pretty mind-bending. And humans have been looking up forever. What did ancient people see in all this? Way before the equations. Like the Babylonians, the Egyptians, their pyramids line up with stars, right?
Yeah.
The Mayans. They were definitely pattern readers.
Absolutely. They didn't have telescopes like ours or the math, but they felt that order. They intuited it. For them, the cosmos wasn't just out there. It was the ultimate teacher, a source of wisdom.
So they saw meaning in it.
Deep meaning. The book really pushes this idea that the universe isn't cold or random. It's creative and coherent. It offers these patterns up for us to admire, sure, but also to learn from, to apply. It's a constant inspiration.
Okay, cosmic scale is one thing. But the book says these huge designs are mirrored inside us. That's maybe even wilder. Let's zoom right in. From the cosmos to us, the human body. How does it echo all this?
It's genuinely astonishing when you look closely. A microcosm reflecting the macrocosm, as they say.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Okay, think about your circulatory system, your arteries, your veins. They branch out just like rivers and their tributaries, right? A whole network carrying life.
Yeah, it does look like a river delta map.
And your heart, the pump at the center, its rhythm, well, its function kind of mirrors the sun at the center of things, keeping everything going. Then go smaller, cellular level, DNA, that double helix, it spirals like a galaxy. And the way the nucleotides are arranged follows fractal patterns like snowflakes or how trees branch.
No way. DNA and galaxies.
It's a visual echo, yeah. And our bones, the skeletal system. Talk about engineering marvels. They've inspired architects for ages. Even the brain. The neural networks.
Yeah.
They look remarkably similar to computer networks, sure, but also like lightning patterns or even those huge cosmic filaments that astronomers map between galaxies.
Well, that's unreal.
Our eyes capture light like plants do. Our ears translate vibrations. We're tuned in. And our own body cycles, circadian rhythms, hormones, biological clocks, they're tied to the Earth's seasons, to cosmic rhythms.
So health is harmony.
Exactly. The book puts it perfectly. Health is harmony, and harmony is pattern. Our biology isn't just functional parts. It's a living symphony of these universal designs. It gives you a totally new way to think about wellness.
Wow, okay. If the same rules, the same patterns are guiding stars and my blood flow, what does that actually imply about us, about our potential? It feels like it opens up huge doors for medicine wellness.
It really does. It points to this deep, deep interconnectedness, obviously. But more than that, if we truly understand these underlying patterns, imagine the possibilities, like medicine that works with our natural body rhythms, not against them, or ways of learning designed around how our brains actually recognize patterns. It's about optimizing things by aligning with the fundamental code, you know?
Aligning with the code. Got it.
Okay.
Let's focus on the shapes themselves for a minute. Geometry. The book calls it the hidden scaffolding of the natural world. What are the big ones?
Oh, absolutely. Geometry is key. And one of the most obvious, most beautiful is the spiral.
We mentioned seashells, galaxies.
Exactly. Seashells, sunflower seed arrangements, galaxies, even how DNA coils up, it's everywhere. And it's not just random beauty. It's linked to the Fibonacci sequence, the golden spiral. It's a super efficient, balanced way for things to grow.
Efficient, okay.
What else? The hexagon. What's fascinating here is the honeycomb. Bees build these perfect hexagons. Why? Least wax for the most storage space. Pure efficiency.
It's engineers.
Totally. You also see hexagons in snowflakes, each one unique but geometrically perfect. And those amazing basalt columns, like at the Giant's Causeway. Hexagonal structures formed by cooling lava.
Right, I've seen pictures of those. Incredible.
And then there are fractals.
Fractals, I sort of get those.
Yeah.
Like patterns repeating smaller and smaller.
Exactly. Infinitely complex patterns that repeat at every scale. Think of a fern leaf. The whole leaf shape is repeated in each frond, and then again in the smaller parts of the frond.
Okay.
Trees branching, river networks, lightning, even inside us, our lungs, our circulatory system, the folds in our brain, all fractal-like.
It's everywhere once you start looking. Now, the book brings in ancient cultures again. Egyptians, Chinese. They didn't just see these shapes, they used them in temples, symbols. They thought they held power, right?
They did. They believed these geometric forms were sacred, that they embodied cosmic truths. And what's amazing is how modern science is kind of catching up to that intuition.
How so?
Well, geometry isn't just for classrooms now. It's vital in medicine. Understanding protein shapes, which are geometric, is crucial for designing drugs. Fractal geometry helps model complex biological systems. Tech uses it too, fractal antennas, materials science, AI algorithms.
That's practical now.
Very practical. It's like the book says, divine logic in visual form. These shapes are fundamental blueprints.
Okay, so we see the patterns, we see the geometry, but it's not just observing, is it? It's about applying it. The book talks about our greatest innovations being echoes of nature's intelligence. Biomimicry.
Precisely. Biomimicry. Copying nature, basically. But it's more than copying. It's learning from the original engineer. Nature's had billions of years to test things out, refine designs.
Makes sense. What are some cool examples?
Oh, loads. Flight, obviously.
Yeah.
The Wright brothers studied birds. Modern drones mimic hummingbirds. Architecture, there's the Eastgate Center in Zimbabwe. Its cooling system is based on termite mounds. Needs hardly any air conditioning.
Termite mounds. Wow.
Yeah. Materials. Spider silk. Stronger than steel for its weight. Scientists are trying hard to replicate it. Or the lotus leaf water just beads up and rolls off, cleaning it. That inspires self-cleaning surfaces.
I've heard of that lotus effect.
Sonar. Comes from bats and dolphins using echolocation. Robotics. Engineers are looking at octopus arms for flexible robots, cheetahs for speed, ant colonies for how robots can work together in swarms.
So we're borrowing blueprints from everywhere.
We really are. The influence is massive.
But what's the deeper idea here? Is it just clever engineering, or is there a philosophical shift?
It's definitely deeper. It signals moving towards collaboration with nature, not just dominating it or taking from it.
Collaboration, not domination.
Yeah. And it promotes life-friendly chemistry, as the book calls it. Think about that spider silk made at room temperature with water. Compare that to how we make many industrial materials, lots of heat, pressure, often pollution.
Big difference.
Huge. And it encourages systems thinking. In nature, there's no real waste. Everything gets reused, reintegrated. That's the model for circular economies, for sustainability. Nature's solutions are often the smartest, the most efficient, and definitely the most sustainable in the long run.
Okay, so shapes, structures, systems. But there's something even more fundamental the book talks about. Vibration. Energy. Everything that exists vibrates.
That's right. A really deep level. All matter is in constant oscillation. Everything's vibrating, always. And those vibrations create everything we experience: sound, light, heat. Even our thoughts are patterns of energy in the brain.
So my heartbeat.
It's the metronome of existence, yeah. Your circadian rhythms, your sleep-wake cycles, your brain waves, alpha, beta, delta, theta, they change depending on whether you're awake, asleep, focused, relaxed. They reflect your state of consciousness.
And the Earth has a rhythm too.
Yeah, the Schumann resonance. It's a measurable electromagnetic frequency, about 7.83 hertz. Some people think it synchronizes with our alpha brainwaves, the ones associated with calm awareness, maybe affecting our mood or health.
Interesting.
And look at nature birds migrating, trees cycling through seasons, ocean tides pulled by the moon, female reproductive cycles. It's all rhythms.
Technology too, right? Radio, phones.
Absolutely, all based on specific frequencies. Even buildings have to account for resonance. Engineers design them to handle vibrations, to avoid disasters like that Tacoma Narrows Bridge collapse back in the day. Resonance can be powerful, destructive if not understood.
So the world literally pulses. Yeah. It's not just functioning, it's vibrating. That connects to healing, communication, everything.
It really does. It's a fundamental principle. And what's amazing is how this idea links ancient healing traditions using sound and rhythm with our most cutting-edge communication tech. It's all tapping into the same underlying reality of energy and vibration. Understanding this, it shows how our well-being, our connections, even the planet's health are all tied into these vibrational patterns. It's not just theory, it's how things work.
Okay, this leads us to the deepest code, maybe. Consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Our awareness, how does that fit into understanding and maybe even creating patterns?
Well, the brain is called the most complex structure in the known universe in the book. It generates awareness, lets us reflect, be creative. It's what allows us to see and make sense of these patterns in the first place.
Right, the pattern recognizer.
Exactly. And the book draws this really cool parallel. Think about binary code, just zeros and ones, right? Simple. But it generates infinite complexity in our digital world.
Yeah.
Now think about DNA. 4 simple nucleotides, A, T, C, G. Also simple. But it generates the infinite complexity of life. What DNA is to biology, binary is to technology, as the author says.
Wow, simple codes, complex results.
And the universe itself has its code, its mathematical language pi, the golden ratio, the speed of light. It's like a cosmic script that consciousness is learning to read. And now look at AI.
Yeah.
Neural networks are modeled on the brain. Machine learning mimics how we learn by finding patterns. Chatbots, prosthetics that respond to thought. We're building systems that mirror aspects of consciousness.
Which brings up the big question. If we're building intelligence into machines, are we building in wisdom? What about empathy, justice, humility? Are those getting coded in?
That's the crucial question, isn't it? And the book really emphasizes this. AI can crunch data, spot patterns like crazy, but human consciousness, it's the master interpreter of complexity.
Master interpreter.
Yeah, it adds context, it assigns value, it makes choices based on more than just data, hopefully, based on ethics, on meaning. That's where we're still unique. The book stresses our huge ethical responsibility here. Are we just building fast calculators, or are we trying to embed purpose, ethics into the code itself? It's a call to be conscious about what we create.
Conscious creation. Okay, let's rewind again. Before AI, before modern science as we know it, ancient civilizations.
Yeah.
The book talks about a lost intelligence. Did they see all this differently, more holistically?
It seems so. They often had this more integrated lens where science, spirituality, society, they weren't separate boxes like they often are for us now.
Integrated. Now how?
Look at the pyramids in Egypt, not just tombs. Their proportions have the golden ratio. They align with stars like Orion's belt. They seem to encode measurements of the Earth, pi, maybe even the speed of light. It's mind-boggling.
It really is.
And it's global. India has the Sri Yantra, a geometric symbol seen as a map of the universe. China has Feng Shui, about aligning with natural energy flows. The Inca built cities aligned with stars. The Mayan calendar showed incredible astronomical accuracy.
So they were deeply connected to these natural patterns.
Deeply. They observed everything, wind, stars, animal movements, and derived principles for how to build, how to govern, how to heal, how to live justly. They saw the universe as alive, ordered, and meaningful.
And now, modern science, quantum physics, neuroscience, even things like biophilic design and architecture, seems to be coming back around to some of these ancient ideas, finding the science behind the intuition. So what does that mean for us? Bridging past and future.
It suggests we can have the best of both worlds. The book has this great line, the ancients bring the soul, and the moderns bring the system.
Soul and system, I like that.
Yeah. Combining that ancient wisdom, that intuitive connection with modern scientific rigor that could lead to amazing things, like smart cities that aren't just efficient, but are also designed with natural light, maybe even sacred geometry, to actually nourish people and the planet. It's about restoring deeper design principles.
Okay, so bringing it forward, the horizon, AI, robotics, quantum computing. They're changing things so fast. How do they fit into this pattern story? Are they just new patterns or something else?
Well, in many ways, they're a continuation, maybe an acceleration. Modern tech often, maybe unconsciously, echoes these ancient and natural designs.
So
AI uses neural nets, model on our brains. Machine learning is pattern recognition, just supercharged. Robotics, we talked about designs inspired by animals, octopus arms, snakes, ants. Swarm robotics is directly modeled on insect colonies.
Right.
Even quantum computing, dealing with uncertainty and interconnectedness at the quantum level. It reflects the fundamental nature of reality that quantum physics revealed. So we're expressing the same underlying patterns in new technological ways.
But are we doing it wisely? That's the recurring question. As things speed up, is our tech development aligned with nature's patterns, with life's rhythms, or are we just chasing speed, power, control?
That is the critical question, and the book's answer is pretty clear. Real progress, sustainable progress, has to mirror life. It needs to be diverse, adaptive, relational, regenerative.
Like an ecosystem.
Exactly. The big challenge is to build systems that have not just intelligence, but also wisdom, compassion, harmony. We need tech that integrates well, that benefits the whole pattern, not just disrupts it.
So the future. The book says it's not some fixed destiny, but a canvas we're painting. Using these patterns, what kind of future should we be trying to create?
To build a future that's truly livable and meaningful, the message is, learn from the patterns that work. Learn from the balance of ecosystems, the resilience of the body, the rhythm of nature, the wisdom of ancient cultures, and the power of consciousness.
Learn and apply.
Yes. Apply these patterns to the big stuff. Sustainable energy based on cycles, not just extraction. Education that works with how brains learn. Creating ecosystem-like environments for discovery. Governance based on interdependence, on feedback, like living systems.
This is not about going backwards.
Not at all. It's about alignment. Combining that ancient intuitive wisdom with our best science and tech. Building a future that's not just smart, but truly wise.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? Maybe it's about becoming a conscious pattern maker in your own life, in what you create, what you support, building with beauty, designing with purpose, leading with empathy, maybe even coding with conscience. As we wrap up this journey through Aang, Reuben Juma Onunga's The Code of Creation. Wow, it really leaves you with this sense that everything is connected by design. We've seen it from galaxies right down to our DNA, to the tech we build. It's all speaking this language of patterns.
It really is. And what's fascinating, I think, is the implication that living well in the future isn't just about being smarter or having cooler gadgets. It's about being more in tune.
In tune with the patterns.
Exactly. When progress aligns with nature's patterns, when it's guided by ethics and a sense of purpose, that's when it becomes real transformation. And the book leaves us with this powerful thought. The code of creation isn't finished. It's still being written.
And we're the writers.
And each one of us are still writing it.
So the final thought for you is, what patterns will you choose? What will you weave into your own destiny, into the larger tapestry? Be a pattern seeker. Live intentionally and keep looking for the wisdom that's encoded all around you.